This is Kevin Siegelbaum, the Pirate King for Gonzo Radio, and I am here at Blue Jean Blues. Here. Problem?
What are you doing?
I'm doing my vignette.
No, we have big boy cameras now.
Big boy cameras.
Right there.
Oh.
We don't have to do this anymore.
Oh.
There's no more coming attractions.
Really?
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
This is Kevin Siegelbaum, the Pirate King for Gonzo Radio, here with Big Daddy Gonzo, and we're getting ready for TV, so get ready soon.
No, we're doing it now.
Get ready now.
Yeah, he's still gonna die.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join Donald and Vladimir in the bonds of holy matrimony.
Tired of the same old radio talk show? There is an alternative. This is Gonzo Radio. You know, you'd figure I would know when to quit. Welcome to an extra special edition of the Gonzo Radio Show. Hi, how you doing? Hi, everybody. I happen to be your guest, or your host. You are my guest. I am Gonzo. I am Big Daddy Gonzo. Nice to see you. I put the Gonzo in Gonzo Radio, the Gonzo Radio Network, www.gonzoradionetwork.com. I swear to God, this is not an ego thing. It really is. You know that.
Yeah, it is.
Even though I'm wearing a Gonzo shirt with a Gonzo poster behind me, I just had a Gonzo banner go like that with a globe on it, with a little figure of the world on it. But I swear I don't have an ego like that. I don't have to be on all of my shows. I don't have to be the anything but hi. Sitting across from me, feverishly whacking away at. So what are you whacking away at? Are you still doing social media?
Yeah, I'm always
while we're
doing
trying to
social
do
media.
this?
I've never stopped doing social media.
You're like
I'm a whore like that.
You're like a 14-year-old girl with the damn phone.
Now, if I could just figure out TikTok.
Before they snatch it off. The Idaho Jew está en la casa. Hola,
I'm
mi
back,
amigo.
bitches.
He is back. Aquí estoy or aquí esté. I don't know.
Los Estados Unidos, yo no sé.
Yes, and you want to know where your pencil is, and your pencil is yellow. And
No, tú sabes,
¿dónde
por
es?
favor, en los Estados Unidos. No. El baño?
¿Dónde está el baño?
¿Dónde está? I just say el baño.
dónde
It's easier
el
that
baño?
way.
El
It's
dónde
easier. They
baño?
get it through context.
¿A dónde baño?
And the yellow stain slowly emanating
No,
from
you
my
don't
pants.
want to know where your biblioteca is? No.
Biblioteca? No.
¿Dónde está biblioteca? So the Idaho Jew has joined us here for what I would deem to be a bit of an extra special episode, a bittersweet episode, in as much as this is probably going to be the last physical. We're going to do the sports show tomorrow morning, but this is going to be the last Gonzo Radio show from this studio here in West Boca Raton, because we are moving on, and my forehead has healed just enough to where I feel like putting a bright light on it, so that so there's no black dot. We have come through probably, while everybody across the country and around the world are having a shit spring, mainly due to the widespread coronavirus pandemic, global pandemic. God, we are such dirty monkeys, man. But I had a particularly bad June, because it started off with
I thought you said bad Jew.
bad June.
Okay, thank you.
No, I already had.
Just want to make sure.
Listen,
We had a
you
very
didn't-
wonderful dinner tonight.
Right, you didn't happen.
Okay.
You didn't happen to just be here. I mean, I invited you.
Yes, yes.
Because I was getting a little stir crazy. So just to recap, in the beginning of June, about June 3rd, June 4th, I got stung right in the middle of the forehead by some sort of large angry bug. I'm going to say it was a horsefly, but whatever it was, it took a chunk out of my forehead and it gave me a nasty, nasty infection that required medication and bandages and creams and ointments. And in order for me to avoid having a big fucked up hole in my forehead and having to wear hats for the remainder of my career while I'm on camera so that people don't bark. See, you have a, pull your bandana back. You have a very nice smooth forehead and skull.
Ladies and gentlemen,
look at,
this
he's pretty.
is perfect
Let me get that pretty on there.
all the time.
He pretty. See, he got a pretty head, got even skin because he drinks a lot of water, and
I take good care of myself.
Yeah, you disgust me, but but just think that soft part. You have almost a bigger spot right there in the middle of the bindi spot. That soft spot, right?
It's a juice spot. We worry a lot. It's the mothers.
Fucking bug just right there. Oh my God.
Looked like Botox for a while. I remember.
It was a fucking horror.
Looked
show.
like redneck Botox.
It was horrible. Let me tell you, it was terrible.
It was horrible.
It was-
Let
oh
me
my
tell you,
God, it was horrible.
And Billy just turned around and said, "It doesn't go with your purse."
It does. It goes. Wow. Well, we're just gonna go home. Why don't we just throw a little racism and anti-Semitism in
What?
there too? Let's just
Not
throw it
not
all out
homophobic.
there. And then have the 4 people watching on Facebook right now just go, "Oh my God, they're disgusting. I hate them."
Now, everybody's going to be in an uproar. Guess what? If that's going to be where everybody's going to be, Hollywood is going to change so dramatically. It's not going to be worth working in.
Hollywood is
It's going to be a joke.
Well, everything Hollywood right now.
You can't
is
play
getting
transgender unless you are transgender.
right, and you can't
Right.
voice cartoon characters unless you're of the actual ethnicity of the cartoon character. And you know me, dude.
Then
You know
all little
me.
boys should be voiced by little boys and not by 48-year-old women.
Yeah, and we
Please.
we lean as far left and as liberal as we are comfortable with, which isn't really that far.
No, it's not.
But we're overreaching now. We're overreaching hard.
But I'll tell you this: if that's the case, then American actors will have to learn how to act because they'll be able to take back all the jobs. They keep on going to the Brits and the Aussies to play
No.
Americans because they do a better job than we do.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's really fun to see the difference when you
Canadians.
here's a show that shows you a monstrous difference in the quality of an actor that has the lead and is trained at the British Royal Academy. Okay, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Patrick Stewart.
He sets
Okay,
the bar.
and then if you want to, you can take Patrick Stewart and just all the X-Men movies that he was in. Okay,
Yeah.
he dominated every scene that he was as Charles Xavier, as Professor X. He dominated and everybody on that set's just like, having him here just makes me a better actor, just because the guy oozes acting.
And he wasn't
You
one
know.
of those staunchy guys about it, like what's his name from Star Wars,
So well,
the original Obi-Wan. I keep on thinking. Yeah, I keep on thinking. Yeah.
Alec, yes, Sir,
Yeah, Sir Alec
Guinness.
Guinness. Yeah. He was so against Star Wars.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't against that paycheck though.
Exactly. But
Catch
he,
78 years old catching a paycheck like
he
that.
was so embarrassed that what they had to do to get him to come back was absolutely amazing. The hoops they had to go through to just so I don't want to be a part of a space thing.
I am.
But he was brilliant.
But I am a knighted sir. I don't need this.
Yeah.
He cashed that paycheck though.
Yes. Yes, he did.
He didn't donate it to charity. His charity was his poodles.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, don't tell me about the character, but I'm just saying as a quality actor, as an actor of quality, as a professional, that you could see that every time you watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, he's just out acting the shit out of everybody on the screen.
Absolutely.
You know, he really is. But how did we get off on this? We went from we're all gonna die to acting. Oh, Hollywood. That's right. We were talking about how Hollywood was going to change.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood and TV in general, they're running out of stuff.
Yeah. So things are starting to move to other mediums. So that's good for me.
Well, yeah, streaming. Well, there's still the backlog of streaming material.
Oh, shit, they have
Eventually,
so much original material.
they're going to have to open. I know we were talking about the series that you are now getting into.
Yeah.
You're filming
Vocal Witches.
You're filming episode 4, 5.
5.
Now? You're 5
episode
ahead.
5. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, other than the usual scheduling flip flop and flaps, which a lot of shows, you know, you look at like the Big Bang Theory. Okay, the Big Bang Theory took a year and a half to get to air. Okay, it took a year and a half to get to air. You know why? Because I stalked Kaylee Cuoco on the television, and she was actually doing episodes of Charmed while she was also doing the pilot because she got called in. She was the second choice.
Yes. I actually have the
And
episode
that delay,
of the original one.
Right. Oh, you do? I don't care.
Is it bad? It was cute, but didn't
yeah.
meld.
Well, part of that delay is that she had to get through shooting Charmed.
Yeah.
And then she could go right over to the Big Bang Theory. Thank God she did. But that took like a year, and it still took 3 seasons for everybody to warm up to it anyway. And then it became this colossal hit.
Yeah.
Because you don't get a lot named after your show unless you are a colossal 12-year success.
It is one of the very few. It's one of the very few shows that have hit the air that has not, until now, with HBO now, was not a part of any streaming service whatsoever.
Why not? Money.
All about the money.
Everything's all about the money.
All about the money.
You know, people are
Smart. It's very, very smart.
People are starting to get aggravated with me trying to talk politics with me now because I'm like, it's
Politics.
Easy, take it easy. I just tell them it's all about the money.
Yeah.
No matter what, if we want to wear a red hat or a blue hat, doesn't matter which boomer pervert who might have a slight case of Alzheimer's or dementia. Doesn't matter.
When
it's
you
all
die
about
at
this.
the palace, you really die at the palace.
No, it's not even dying at the palace. I just tell everybody it's all about this.
Yeah.
It's all about this. It's
Gene Simmons is right. It's always about the money.
Yeah. Because you know who really runs this country? Vince McMahon. Okay? It's got to be Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has got to have the president's ear because he's running it like Vince McMahon, the heel Vince McMahon.
We're friends.
They are friends. What do you mean were? They are friends. He gave Linda a cabinet position. She had to give it up eventually because she couldn't take the pay cut. But, you know, I'm telling you, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. It's the red caps versus the blue caps. It's like, stop. Just stop.
That
vote.
would be a good
Shut
ticket.
up. Don't boo, vote.
That would be a good ticket.
What?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Are you high?
No.
Oh, well, we can
Not
fix
yet.
that. Hang on. No. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back in about 6.5 minutes here on the. No, okay. I keep
6.5?
because everybody's so polarized. Everybody's freaking out. Mask, no mask. Mask is a mask is a political statement against the president, or a mask is weak, a sign of weakness. So I was like, I kind of look at people like,
okay, I've tried to tell people in the most polite
really
way, medically, morally, ethically.
Circle.
Don't be a
dot.
fucking retard.
Well, that's still are easy on the R word, okay, pal?
I'm a special ed teacher. I use it appropriately.
I know. Do you use it at school?
Because my students, my special ed students would turn around and say, Mr. S is right, they're retards. Yep, my kids are special ed, other people are retards. Just saying. Love my students. Taught them well.
Oh, my God, I'm dying. Listen, two of the more hilarious, purposefully insensitive scenes about using the word retard would be from The Ringer.
One of my favorite movies.
When the uncle first starts talking about Jeffy and about how he takes care of Jeffy, and then the other would be there's something about Mary. when Matt Dillon's character, I forget his name right now. With
the chiclets.
He talks about how he likes working with retards. I'm like, oh, really? So we let him run around and get the fresh air. And I was like, so those are two hilarious. I mean, but anyway, it amazes me how we turn a biological and physiological, or is it physiological? Whichever. We turn science into politics.
We do.
Yes, because for some strange
Oh,
reason,
tell me it isn't.
there are a few special people out there that like to yell and scream and have
And they need
hissy
to
fits
stop.
and temper tantrums because they don't want to wear a little mask for a little while
And I'm going to say
while
this.
around people.
As
Weird.
a special ed teacher, those people, I'm going to ask them to do me a really, really big favor. I don't need that much job security, so please stop fucking.
and don't go too far, because that'd be a spoiler, because after the break, coming up after our break, which will be coming up here in a little bit, our RUFKM will be delving into something really close to your heart and other parts.
My lung?
Maybe a lung.
Okay.
Maybe a lung.
Sternum?
All right, so we're waiting on Boca Witches
Yeah.
to get their slot on the schedule
That
on
is
Amazon Prime, because that's essentially what it is.
And there's a
waiting for
way
their
we can
slot.
do that faster.
How is that? Petition?
Nope.
We're
Quickest
going to have
way
a
is-
protest?
No. Get the word out. Go to Amazon Video. Go into their search bar and type in Boca Witches. Will come up. The more times they see people searching it, the faster it will get a slot.
Send an angry email?
Not even that. Just turn around and
Go to their Facebook page and call them names?
put it in the search bar. Boca Witches.
But I like going on Facebook pages and calling people
Well, you can do
names.
that too if you want to. I mean,
Making fun of them.
hey, there's no such thing as bad press until you have to like mop up the blood,
Yeah, yeah.
and even then,
And I got to tell you, the way the rhetoric is going, okay, and I've been guilty of being patronizing. I've been guilty of being sarcastic.
No.
I've been guilty. Shut up.
seriously, you
All right. I've been guilty of being a little salty and a little mean.
a little.
But I use facts and figures. I use science. The problem is that I'm explaining something that these people should have been awake for in 11th grade. Okay, but they weren't. And I've come to realize, I mean, you as an educator, you should always have the urge to educate people. And in your social media
It's me in
feeds,
a lot of trouble.
well, and listen, in your social media feeds, you provide a lot of information, and you try not to swing too hard left or too hard right.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, there's
you
a
know.
reason for that.
right.
It's my belief that facts are facts. That's it.
Right.
You're entitled to your opinion. You can.
Me too.
You can even turn around. You can even turn around and say, "I appreciate the facts, but based on my upbringing and so, I still have a hard time with this," and I'll respect that. But when it breaks down to the reality of life, I don't need to be political because I'm not. Facts are facts, opinions are opinions, and sometimes people need to know the difference between the fucking two of them.
The thing that we're seeing here, and it takes me back to the money. It takes me back to the money. The money wants us arguing. The money wants us yelling at each other. The money wants us talking down our noses at each other. Okay. Now, sure as hell. Okay. Anything.
Divided.
there's not much lower than the bar that I have set for El Presidente. There isn't. The bar is on the ground. It's making a crease in the ground. It's almost level with the ground. The bar is really, really low. I don't really see anybody who can get under that bar. So I'm ready to.
Have you not met his son and son-in-law?
I
mean, so there's always a snail underneath the snail underneath the rock.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. 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 They are America's Worst Family. They are, but I don't really use this show. We used to rip them up.
Yeah,
we used to tear them up. Even with Christine,
Listen,
who was a dyed-in-the-wool
hell
Republican,
yeah.
she was very, very tolerant of us tearing him a new ass. She even went along with some of the satire.
Yeah.
Okay, like Pokemon
You had
Dead.
to. You had
Pokemon
to.
Dead, where we called it that there was going to be a President Trump. Okay?
And a pandemic.
Okay, we called that shit.
An immediate pandemic on top of that as well. We nailed all three of them. My God, we're doing better than The Simpsons. We did 3 in 1 vignette. They have to do 30-minute episodes and wait 15 years.
I wrote that shit.
And my son did some great acting in that
It's
one,
like,
too.
I asked myself, so what the fuck am I patting myself on the back? I predicted disaster, and it's happening. What's wrong with me? I'm like,
You should be happy. You should be happy.
I'm Nostradamus.
It was a great vignette, number one.
Nostradamus.
And my son did some great physical acting that one.
I'm Nostradamus. By the way, baseball's coming back.
It is?
Yes, baseball's coming back. And giggle if you want. Giggle if you want. The Marlins have a shot this year. 60-game season. We'll talk about that on the Gonzo Radio Sports Desk, the very last show here from the studio tomorrow at 11 a.m.
I need to know
What?
if you know the name of player who wears number 1 on the Marlins.
Now? Currently?
Yeah,
Couldn't tell you.
because it turns out that a friend of mine, somebody you may have known who was there at the first Geek Fest with the, oh God, they were doing the makeup. I can see their name. Well, a good friend of mine, Yesenia, is engaged to number 1. And I'm still got a bid in to perform their wedding.
That reminds me.
That'll be fun.
Would you like the Vinyl Geek Fest banner? You can have it. Because I'm also moving. This has been the worst summer. The worst summer, dude. The absolute.
I'll put the Geek Fest thing right up over my bed.
I keep perspective that this summer, the positive side of this summer is what you see behind you, what you see behind me, what you see on this network. Because we've expanded to 8 shows. We have a whole bunch of very talented people who are also, they're in it to win it. Okay, they're actually driving me to get my ass back on the air, drag you in here. Sam is going through the moving process right now, and she's trying to catch up with her work.
I'll podcast.
So it's a matter of, even though there's turmoil in my life, it's like the minute that I get a chance, I'm getting back on the air, and so I'm here, and we're here, and I dragged you in here because I needed an excuse to have sushi.
From Sumo's.
Big shout out to Sumo.
Hell yeah.
And I feel bad because was it Rudy,
Rudy.
right? Yeah, Rudy. Rudy is gonna be pissed if he finds out that I've been over to the Deerfield location while I live up here, not a mile and a half from his new Boca location.
Yep.
Not that he needs my business, because a good sushi joint in Boca, in West Boca, over by Glades and Power, or Glades and 441. They do just fine.
Oh my God, they're so amazing.
Ridiculous. They got a Benihana over there that is. Benihana doesn't go anywhere unless they know they're going to be busy. Not just the business is good here. No, Benihana won't come to your neighborhood unless they know that they're going to be booked from open to close, and they're booked from open to close.
Yep.
Well, now a nice sushi joint's in there. I can just imagine going over there, and it's just like a huge wait time. I mean, we were there. They were social distancing.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, their setup was for social distance, 6 feet apart.
absolutely.
But they still
were
had
clean. They were bringing orders out.
Fast.
For order pickup deliveries. I mean, it was just, they were
silver
they were just-
lining. Yeah.
and they got 2 locations. Okay.
But the one in Deerfield, here was the funny thing is now I've been going to that place for the better part of about 8 or 9 years now, and they recently changed here this last year. They redecorated the place,
Brightened it up nicely.
and they expanded.
Yes.
Mama's running Deerfield and Daddy's running Boca, and even with what did we have? We had 2, 4, and us 6. So there was 6 in the dining room.
Yeah.
But there was a constant stream of people coming in and out, in and out, in and out.
People
in
were
and out.
calling and letting them know that,
Yeah.
and they were just bringing right out to bay number 3. Boom, boom, boom.
They were
Verifying.
They were running numbers.
Yep, you got 3354 West Hillsborough Boulevard. That's our Hillsborough Deerfield Beach location. And the new one, which is 2449 State Road 7. All you have to do is go into Yelp.
Mission
type in-
Mission Bay. For those of you who know West Boca, Mission Bay, Glades, and 441.
And type it in Yelp as Sumo Japanese Restaurant. You'll find them. Both locations.
That spot, yeah,
Worth it.
that spot over there, that's becoming, that's always been a good spot for restaurants, for places to eat.
On State Road
Because
7?
because they have that whole Mission Bay area back
Yeah.
there behind there. I mean, we're talking about upper middle class, and even some rich folks back there, and they like their service.
And I'm a sushi.
You know.
I'm a sushi snob. I
Yeah,
just started
I know,
eating
trust me, I
sushi
know.
3 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
You're welcome.
Well, you actually were not the person who introduced me. It was actually at a wedding I performed in Rhode Island as
You
we were
didn't
driving
know
down to
about
Maryland.
Sumo.
Yeah, well, as we were driving down, they turned around. We stopped. I fell in love with the stuff. Came down here. They recommended 2 places: Sumo and New NU on Coral Springs, which I think had a little bit of a damage, storm hit.
Oh,
So there's only one place that I will buy my sushi from. That's Sumo. I will try sushi from other places, but I ain't buying. If they can beat the bar, I'll pay. I haven't paid yet. Only Sumo. It's that goddamn good.
well, it's really, as a guy
And he
who-
doesn't pay us for this. We pay full price and tip.
right, pretty well too.
Yeah.
But one thing that I find about most
Western.
successful restaurateurs in South Florida, okay, and it's really the most basic principle, okay, get the food right and get it to them.
Yeah.
Get the food right and get it to them. Okay, how's the food? Great, awesome. Okay, that you don't ties and towels and stainless steel and black marble backsplash, whatever. Okay, it's sushi. Good fresh fish, good fresh ingredients.
Daily.
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 Okay, there's an old saying, and I was taught this really early when I first went to go eat sushi, and my buddy Steven told me, he goes, if you walk into a place that has sushi and it smells like fish,
Get out.
don't even bother. Don't even bother. You could actually eat something that'll make you sick.
Yeah.
Okay, and every time I walk into a sushi place, like if buffets are over now, but I've been dragged off to buffets before, and the first thing I walk in, I'm not having any of the sushi, not touching it, because you walk anywhere near the sushi table, you can smell it, and let me tell, and it's real. Like I said, it's real basic.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think these meatball corporations, these companies like Domino's Pizza and Papa John's, why do you think they thrive so much? Is because it's a very basic product. Okay, it's a very basic product that all you have to do is get the order right, and then get it to them reasonably hot.
Yeah.
and they will pay you $9, $10, $12, $15 a pop all night. So
And you know,
you get the basics right.
yeah. And if you've got enough money to order and have it delivered, tip.
Tip. Like crazy, you should tip.
These guys are, you know, forget being a teacher. These guys are risking their life just so you can have a little comfort with food that has chemicals in it that probably preserve your body hundreds of years long after you're dead.
Listen, we ate $72 worth of sushi.
And it was all fresh, and it will all
Okay,
be out our
and-
asses in the morning, and we will still have enjoyed every bit of it.
Right. Well, we had $72 worth of sushi. And I tipped $20. Okay, I tipped $20. So that's what, 25%? 20, almost 30% actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because social distancing wasn't really a busy dining room, so why not? Because some people go, "Oh, just give her $10. All you gotta do is tip 15%." You ever work for tips? It's a bitch. So
Yeah, it was about, I thought 20, yeah, you tip nicely like
Yeah, it's
Gonzo
tip.
does.
tip. If you
In-
can't afford to tip, then don't go out.
At this-
If you can't do 20-25%, don't go out.
Yeah,
Stay
I have
your
to
ass
agree.
at home.
I have to absolutely agree. I've been in management in restaurants before. I've worked, I've worked restaurants,
Right.
all aspects. Those people work their asses off, and this time they're really working it off to take care of their family. Tip nicely.
Yeah, because besides the fact
It's not their fault.
that
They didn't cook
there's
it.
a friggin' pandemic on,
Yeah.
okay, if you do happen to have the opportunity to enjoy the freedom to go out to a restaurant and you got the balls to go out and do it, take care of the people. This is going to be we're right in the middle of it. I mean, for pandemic or whatnot, we're in the middle of the fight. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, I'm tired." I'm like, cupcake.
Listen, people turn around and say going out for a meal is selfish. It is. It is. But it's also okay to be a little selfish if it gives you a little bit of mental stability. But just don't be doing it every goddamn day. And when you do, be generous with how you tip, because that person who's serving you is doing it because they need to take care of their family. That's their job. They're not enjoying it
Yeah,
as
help
much
a
as
brother
you're
or
enjoying that
sister
meal.
out, man.
But they're doing it for you. Be nice. Just be nice.
Never has a gratuity been more gratuitous. Never has a solid, good gratuity been more important, especially someplace that you go on a regular basis. So now that we brought the friggin' room down,
Let's start talking about my sex life.
we want people to stay and watch. We want
Oh no,
people to
I
stay.
could just tell stories and people will actually just stay and laugh.
Okay, then tell us a story. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm stalling so that I can get on the Gonzo Radio Network and make sure that we're on. And that
Gonzo
we're-
needs to keep on checking things because he's getting flustered that I'm actually back in the studio.
I am not flustered that
Yes,
you're
he
back
is.
in the studio.
He's
I
always
actually
flustered.
invited your silly ass.
And we just pick up where we left off. Our timing is always fucking impeccable. That's the beautiful part about it. I mean, life is going to change.
According to YouTube, we're the Wake Up with Late with Dougie show.
Yeah, I know.
I swear I've changed it on Restream, and Restream is just not working.
That's why I told all
for
of you
me.
nice fans to go to the Gonzo Radio Network. Didn't matter what the name of the show was.
Whatever the
We're
thing on
live.
top is.
That's why I told all of you nice
Hey.
Network.
Ah, fango.
The Fangul.
Whatever the thing on top is. Yeah, I just logged into it. Yes, keep vamping. Vamp. Stretch.
Yes.
Stretch.
I'm loving this show so much I have to go incognito.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. So let's go ahead and take a break while I figure out how to get Restream to do exactly what I wanted it to do. And
Whining, bitching little Karen.
it's just no, it doesn't want to do what I want to do. And I wanted to do it.
How many Karens did we have this week? We need to talk about that when we get back.
Oh, you want to talk about Karens? Do we have to talk about Karens?
No, we don't. You know
Okay.
why? Because they're Karens.
All right. Well, fortunately for you, and I swear this isn't the Idaho Jew show, which I've had. I've had people tell me that in the past because I've had you go out and do a 7 Deadly Questions and interview the in-studio guests, and you're on the ender, and you'll be in one of the bits, and they're like, "What is this? Is this the Idaho Jew show with your host Gonzo?"
I did a lot. I worked my ass off.
Yeah, yeah.
I take that as a compliment. I love it. It's a nice little ego boost too, especially since you're telling it to me.
It's the Fat Man and Pirate Bill show.
From the greater Sandusky, Ohio area.
All right, we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to go watch some Transformers, and we'll have more Gonzo Radio Show. We'll have Are You Fucking Kidding Me coming up next.
Clara, what are you doing?
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord. COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. I blow the wind of God from the state of Washington to the state of Maine to Brownsville, Texas, and the tip of Florida. We speak to this atmosphere. Today, burn this thing. This virus hates heat. You just burn this thing. Burn, burn. I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell. Burn, burn. COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. I blow the wind of God. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here now. Burn. You don't do it. You don't do it. Radio.
Yeah, a great big old shout out to Dougie and Lou and everybody here who doesn't have anything better to do with their Saturday night here at 8:45 at 8:45 on a Saturday
Stop spending so much time in the bathroom. There's that official shout.
Stop yelling, for God's sake.
Well, you said it was a shout out.
Yeah, but we're not going to be shouting like that. That's
Oh, sorry.
you're going to be terrible once we get to the condo and you have to you come to a guest spot or something.
God, the old people in your neighborhood are going to be so pissed.
No, they're not, because I'm going to build bad. You see this soundproofing stuff right here. You see all this
Yeah, you see all that space
this crap
in
over
between the
Yeah,
sound.
It's a big, huge wall. What do you want? It doesn't. The sound is good in here.
Yeah.
Sound is good. Everybody's like, oh, he's just got. Yeah, well, you know what?
We can amp it up.
I didn't have 150 of them. Yeah, I got to pay for this stuff. It's mine. But I'm going to take
expensive?
this stuff. I'm going to make something that's called a baffle board, and it is essentially a large piece of plywood or plastic, and I'm going to attach these, and then they will be more portable. And then once we have a big mouth fucker like you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Nah.
Yeah.
You must be thinking of someone else.
It's you.
Nah, you're thinking about someone from Connecticut.
Nah, it's you.
Nah, from Connecticut. Telling you.
Ain't no, this stuff from Connecticut. I've been to Connecticut. I know people from Connecticut.
It was someone from Connecticut.
You're not classy enough to be from Connecticut.
I'm not from Connecticut. Did I say I was from Connecticut? No, I just said it was from someone from.
Are you from Middletown?
No, yeah. A little bit.
Are you from Cherry Hill?
No. I was born in Perth Amboy.
New Haven, Perth Amboy.
And then I moved to Hamilton.
Westchester?
Township, not the play. Mercer County. Just above Trenton. So technically speaking, I was kind of central, but a little bit north. You know, by the classy people, but just below them. You may speak.
May I? I'm loving the fact that we're totally breaking the fourth wall down here, because I'm loving the fact that if I tilt my head a certain way, you can still see the indentation on my forehead.
Yes, you can.
Where this vicious rat bastard bug attacked my skull.
zit.
It wasn't a zit doesn't leave a hole in your forehead like somebody. Okay, so somebody stabbed me in the forehead with a pencil. That's what it was. I admit it. I finally pissed somebody off in public, and they stabbed me in the forehead with a pencil.
He was thinking about something. He thought it was appropriate. He said it, and she thought elsewise.
And then my head caved in.
That's what she said.
So, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Because we have an RUFKM that is
Seriously?
right up your alley.
Woohoo!
Right up your alley.
I'm from New Jersey. We have a lot of them.
Right up our alleys. So
That's where you find the hookers.
prepare yourself, strap yourselves in, stretch and hydrate for RUFKM.
Are you fucking kidding?
Are you FKM? Are you
Fucking kidding me?
I wish I were. I really wish I were. Now, as much as I bust balls on wearing masks, and
he likes balls.
it's why does it always devolve right back to balls and grow up? And oh my God, no. As much as I like to bust balls about wearing masks and being an adult, our RUFKM has to do with children.
So why are you bringing me into this? So I say I'm an ordained minister, not a priest.
You're also an educator.
Oh, yeah, I'm that too.
So tell us, Mr. Educator,
Oh, God.
how do you feel
Oh, I'm
about
God, I'm so going to lose my
being strongly encouraged and advised to start your school year on time? Because the schools have to open.
No, education has to commence. There's a big difference, in my opinion.
No. I hear the schools have to open.
Well, there's a lot of debate on that.
We got to get those schools open. The kids have to go. It's good for the kids. It's good for the parents. The
Yeah.
schools have to open.
That's why we're closing, I don't know, summer camp after summer camp, because the kids are now contracting COVID. You know, the age group that they said wasn't going to be affected at all. The World Health Organization has just come out
We're not going
and has
You got it.
brought forth enough data and evidence to prove that there's concern that COVID is now airborne in certain, it's a limited, but still. Okay, let's talk about this. Do kids need to continue education? Absolutely. Okay, they need an education. They need to have some type of contact. Does it need to be on the campus? Right now, we're not fighting for the whole entire school year. We are trying to express our thoughts based on logical data. Right now is not the time to start opening up schools. Okay? It's just not. It's not safe for the kids.
Would it be
It's not
better
safe for
a
the
month
teachers.
later?
Nobody knows. And that's what we have to do. I mean, education teaches us that a trend runs in threes. So let's take a look at it in 3-month blocks, which basically gives us a quarter at a time. Let's take a look at the first quarter. If the data supports that we open back up on some level, I don't care how much, that could be debated as well, come second quarter, we jump off that cliff when we get to it. If not, we keep it close and we take a look at the data as it opens up. Do we have we flattened the curve again? Are we seeing less contracted? Are we seeing less relapsing? Do we have more data on how to contain it or keep people safe? What's the, we take a look at it then, because you're talking about kids. In a regular school year, I can't keep them from putting their hands on other kids as is. We have kids who are mainstreamed, who are special needs, who have behavioral issues because of things like class sizes, control, proximity. And sometimes spreading things out will make someone more claustrophobic. It sounds contradictory, but it is. These kids are not mature enough to be told, wear this for 8 hours and be able to do it. What about the asshole? And I'm going to say it because you have kids that are just that. I'm sorry. It's just a reality. And part of that is bad parenting. Other times the kid just chooses to be that way. And we're not going to go into anything else. That one kid, for that one moment, who decides to do the asshole thing, and I'm going to put it like that, and grab someone's mask off. How are we going to clean bathrooms? How are we going to clean the classroom in between? How are we going to get these kids to move from one classroom to a scattered next unless we're keeping them in blocks and moving them in herds from one teacher to the other? What are we going to do about specials that have 60 to 80 kids and multiple tiered, like physical education? How are we going to do specials? How are we going to accommodate special needs kids who now are going to need bigger and better? How are we going to thin out support where if a child needs me to be in a classroom for 60 minutes a period and they're on 5 days a week, how much less time I am going to be able to deal with another one of my students who's having an emotional outburst and needs their support because they are now having a panic attack because of the conditions? How are we going to address fire drills? How are we going to deal with, and this is the worst one, code red situations? Now, coming from Stoneman Douglas, I understand this more than anybody else. If I need to get all my kids over
Even
to
if
a
it's
safe
just
zone,
a drill.
and that's the kicker. If I need to get all my kids over here, how do I do that and socially distance and keep them safe at the same time? The mental and emotional stress we're going to put on teachers is going to lower our health. Whatever's going to happen, I'm a single father. We live with my mother, who is 78 and has her own issues. My son is immunely compromised. I am an immunely compromised human being. So if they turn around and say someone may have had it in my presence, I have to quarantine myself from them for 14 days. I'm the only one who drives to the grocery store. I'm the only one with a driver's license that can function. How are they going to get food? if I have to quarantine myself for 14 days and then wait another 14 days to get another positive test back because we have to go, negative, because we have to go 14 days test, negative, and then we have to wait another 14 days before they will let us return. Who's going to pay my medical bills? Who's going to pay my salary? How are we going to find the subs that will come into our school who will actually also be able to be trained to deal with all of these situations? And I haven't even scratched 0.1% of the questions we have. I am looking out for the children, and I am in a field where it is best for me to provide services face to face. Special education is a very emotional field. We have to build a one-on-one connection with those kids.
You teachers are support animals.
We are. I mean, listen to how I'm talking about this.
You should wear a special vest.
For the last 7 years, $42,760. No raise, no cost of living increase. And every single year, prices go up on everything. I lose money because I cannot get a raise. And we can only get raise to the top, brightest, and whatever it is, and all these other bonuses for so many years. And if you're in a school that really needs you, you stay there and you can't get any bonuses because that's that. You reach your maximum for 4 years, you can't get any higher than a 4.0. So we lose our bonuses. It doesn't pay for us to be in a successful school and to have superior ratings all the time. They're losing their incentive for us to go in, except for, as one person turned around and said it, we're in an abusive relationship and we stay for the kids. Well, sooner or later, we're going to have to take care of ourselves so we can fight for the kids. I wonder what's going to happen when they keep on pushing the teachers and ask us to do something that other people are getting paid tons more for bonuses, called first responders, essential staff. Are they going to pay us our essential staff? That we're not doing any state testing, which is 50-something% of the state budget. Are they going to give us bonus pay or hire more teachers with that money? Or are they going to still turn around and say that has to go to testing? This is not safe for our kids. And I understand, parents, if you're that frustrated with your 3 or 4 kids at home and you want to get back to work, I deal with 30 an hour plus every single day for 8 hours. Your children, and they are all bringing all of the problems you see at home, combined with all the problems of all the other kids, all fighting for attention.
Listen.
We want them back at campus too. You're going to have to suck it up a little bit for the betterment of everyone.
Right. Okay. Now,
that's my feeling.
At the expense of bringing the room all the way down to the ground.
I didn't mean to do that, but it's just that unfortunately serious of a topic.
You needed to curse more. I mean, just throw a few fucks and motherfuckers in there. And I know you're talking about your something you care about, but see.
Yeah, yes, I agree with you, but this was the time for a little restraint for me, because I need people to hear that, because people are going to get turned up by the language. And I want people to hear it.
All right. Well, I'll throw a few motherfuckers.
By all means.
I hate to fucking say it. Okay, because I am a guy who firmly believes that no matter whether you have a little letter, a little D next to your name, or a little R next to your name, you're all working for a moneyed interest. You're all working for some sort of a fiduciary goal. Okay, whether it be a conservative Republican who wants to cut and slash budgets, or whether it be a tax and spend liberal Democrat. Okay, the cycle that I see is that the Republican comes in as a governor and slashes, including education and safety, and not public safety, because they're definitely going to make sure that the cops get their armored personnel carriers and their automatic weapons and their flashbang grenades and their riot gear. They're going to make sure that everybody gets all their stuff, and that's fine. We need public service. Don't make me roll my eyes any harder. But when you neglect education, you're neglecting a very large part of our society. And what we are about to see exposed is how bad Florida has been, no matter whether there's a Democrat or a Republican governor. The state of Florida has routinely shit on their teachers. Just a little more every year, a little more every year.
The last governor that gave a shit was Bob Graham.
Yeah, there you go. And
he gave a shit about everyone.
The lack of prioritizing education is that they're just trying to squeeze these kids through 12 years of babysitting so that your parents have enough time to work.
Glad you said that, babysitting, because now I am going to say something and get a little heated.
$20 per kid per hour.
No. First of all, I'm going to show you just how smart I am and how smart teachers are, and I'm going to take a pop shot at our governor. Non-politically. I don't give a shit what letter's in front of his name. If you can go to Home Depot or Walmart, you can open up schools full-time. So you're going to equate a 45-minute visit to a place that doesn't give a fuck about their employees.
Even if you walk around asking stupid questions
to
all
8
the
hours
people in the orange aprons.
A day with several thousand other students who don't have the same frame of mind as your child.
Throw a fuck in there.
So you're going to fucking turn around and equate a 45-minute visit to Walmart.
Fucking Walmart.
To opening up schools as a teacher, as a parent, as an ordained minister. Go back to church and find your soul.
Hey, you're redlining. You're redlining. Hey, yeah. Fucking A. Hey, well,
I'm just saying that. When you're talking to somebody who makes $42,760 a year for the last 7 years,
that's big money now.
And I care more about other people's children than you do as governor, do us all the favor. Retire and disappear.
No, not retire. Somebody's got to beat him, or I think he's got a term.
No, I just want him to go away. Yeah. Just go the way of another governor that quit in the middle.
Well, Ronnie, you're a terrible disappointment to me, Ronnie. Okay, because I didn't vote for you, but I didn't vote against you. Oh, okay, so what?
And since you call me a babysitter?
Yeah, why? Oh, did I touch a nerve? You a little salty about that?
I want babysitter pay.
Yes, that's $20 a kid an hour, right? $20 an hour per kid.
At minimum wage, I'll go less. I'll go babysitter. You don't have to pay us minimum wage. Treat us like waitresses. $7.25 an hour
per kid.
Let's go about 25 to 30 kids a period, 8 hours a day. We won't take our planning. We won't count days where the kids aren't there. 180 days. Yes, I would like $138,500 a year, because that's what it is for $7.25 an hour per child. And since whether I have them 8 hours a day or just that many kids per day, the hours I got them, the numbers I have, equate to that. So you want to call me a babysitter? You know how I know how much I would make? Because I'm a teacher. I can do fucking math in my head.
Bitch. And that's not like really hot 18, 19-year-old college babysitter that comes over and is screwing the dad behind the mom's back.
No, we'll actually do something with your child for that money.
And you know,
you'll actually get more than someone ordering pizza and eating your Jell-O pudding pops.
And
that's what I used to do when I babysat.
Everybody's mystified that she's 19 and she comes from a working class family and she drives a 2-year-old Lexus and still babysits those kids, even though those kids are like, I don't know, 11, 12, 13. She's in her early 20s.
And Mom went through her 3rd plastic surgery belt.
Everything has got to be fucking perverted with me, I know. All right. Now that we've shaken that out like a rag doll,
that felt good.
Yeah, it did actually. But I got another thing with kids, because guess who else is opening back up?
Oh, you bastard! Oh, God.
Ta-da! It's Walt Disney World time. It's Walt Disney World time. Walt Disney World is reopening their parks.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Now we're talking about you not only don't care about kids in Florida, now you don't care about kids or their families. What? You approve of this?
School, they're trying to force. If you want to take your chances going out, that's on you.
Don't forget paying $104 to get in.
Now, from what I understand, knowing people at the parks, their sanitation standards have.
Oh, I was okay. Okay, you jump in my point. Okay, let me get in there and I will give the pro point.
I'm not done yet.
I know, but
the
you
beautiful
jump in
thing
my point.
But it brings in the Canadians. And,
I understand that, but you
and that's
jump in my
okay because then it means fewer of them on the road in about 6 months.
Listen, it's not 6 months. It would be 3 weeks. But listen, the positive point that I was going to make, okay? What is one common theme that we see besides the happiest place on earth? Okay, when you go to
Endangerment of
Disney.
children.
No, when you go to Disney, it's clean as shit.
Yeah.
And that's just regular clean.
Oh my God, it's like ninjas.
It's
They
regular
are.
clean. The regular clean of Walt Disney is better than anybody else. And I'm talking about indoors, outdoors, in rides.
I've heard
everywhere.
rumors. I've heard rumors that they actually have paid employees that are dressed like patrons to pick up garbage just so you never see it. And I would not put it past them.
Well, listen, we've had Ron Fox here, who is the Disney insider of all Disney insiders, at least in my life, and of course Frank Miranda, who is a Disney aficionado, and they will both confirm that it's not necessarily people dressed up as guests that do it. It's cast members. It's people who work there. If you see it, if you see it, you grab it. It's as simple as that.
It's great mentality.
You know? I mean, I've seen instances where I've seen an overfull garbage can. Okay, overfull, destroyed shit on the ground. I'm like, well, that's weird. It was a busy day. There was a whole bunch of people
I've
there.
seen it once or twice.
But
Very,
I
very
went
seldomly.
in to a store right across the street from it,
Gone.
and I was in that store for about 3 minutes. And when I came back out,
Gone.
I literally questioned, did I really see garbage on the ground? It gone.
They'll
Gone.
ghost you. They'll
I mean,
ghost you. It's beautiful.
Are you gaslighting me?
Yeah,
That
they're
really
gaslighting.
fucking happened. They just made it disappear. So if there's any organization that can pull it off, that can keep the area clean, can clean up after the people.
Busch Gardens?
Okay, no, Busch Gardens.
Okay.
Stop.
Legoland!
Their parking lot smells like beer and vomit.
Gatorland!
If there's
shit, they'll eat it.
If there's anybody that can pull this off, and you know what's really great is that the Disney way is also they manage to innovate and other people imitate.
Yes.
And in this instance, if Disney can lead the way to showing how other theme parks and other attractions can open safely, because this isn't a matter of capitalist competition. This is a matter of customer safety, your demographic being safe.
Yeah, I foresee in the near future, if they're smart, if they can keep it clean and they can figure out the ratio, the number ratio to trim the park down to for safety. I can see them opening up and saying, okay, the lines have all now changed. We're going to pair you up to your primary seats this way prior to, and guys, we're just going to move in shifts this way, and boom, everybody's going to get on. There's going to be distance. No one's going to have to worry about anything. They'll just have it all. If they can figure out a way of getting people to stand separated, this car this roller coaster car, that roller coaster car is separated. They'll just be able to move people on and off, and they'll move faster.
Well, they're going to stay very limited
Yeah.
about how many people that they allow in the park.
And I just turned 50. I was going to get an annual pass and just go every weekend. No, I can't do
You
that.
better go early.
Yeah, no.
Better get in there early.
I
Be
haven't got my
like
tickets. I haven't celebrated my
48,
50th.
49, 50. Stop. And
Ah.
now you have to wait here until somebody leaves.
I have not celebrated my 50th birthday yet. I won't until this is all over, and then I'll just celebrate it for a year. I'm just going to get theme park tickets and just go to theme parks all year long, celebrate my birthday. Don't care. Could be 3 years from now. I'm doing that shit. You know why? They've got Dole Whip, and I will go for that shit every weekend. 'Cause it's Dole Whip.
I was supposed to go to Las Vegas to see the Miami Dolphins play the Las Vegas Raiders as a birthday present to myself.
I'll go with you.
I have friends in Las Vegas. Las Vegas has some of the best cannabis in the world in some of their mom and pop dispensaries and even their corporate dispensaries. Planet 13, love ya. MedMen, good stuff. Oh, stop. But my point is this. I have been robbed of that. Amongst other things, robbed of the opportunity. We were going to monetize this network this year. I was going to monetize this network. We would be coming to you from an entirely different venue with an entirely different audience. Not that I don't love the what do we had? 84, 85, the 84, 85 people watching right now. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching the show. But yeah, coronavirus has stuck a wedge under the fingernails of everybody. And
105 people watched my vignette.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all I did was just blindly share it.
I'm not worried about the social media.
Yeah.
Listen, this
We
show
would have viewers if they didn't
show
block us.
tonight has been cathartic for me because especially really really hardcore over the last like 2 weeks plus. I've been really on the apartment, the condo, the house hunting grind. Okay, been really hard on it. Okay, and been going through some stuff with it. Okay, which by the way, for those of you who run the Township HOA, Township Coconut Creek, I'd like you to see both of these. These are for you. I drive a pickup truck, and you can get bent.
For those of you who
Waste
missed
my
that,
fucking
it's a
time.
Leonard Skinner song,
What?
Freebirds.
No. What song do you want to hear?
Freebird!
Yeah, say okay. Now you can do it because I didn't hit the button.
Woohoo! Freebird!
Okay, you had to see that. But yeah, this has been very cathartic for me. Okay, we've all been going through it, and lean on your friends, lean on your family. Don't be proud. Don't be a proud asshole like me, because at various times I leaned on the bottle. And in one instance, it cost me 3/4 of a bottle of really good fucking scotch, $280 a bottle scotch. Macallan. Oh, the good shit.
Whoa.
And I crushed it dead.
I've seen him drink before.
I'm not a big drinker.
No.
Okay, but you know, I've had
he
my
does.
moments. This was back in March, April. I mean, late March, early April.
Yeah, I really haven't really seen you drink.
Everybody's been going through it, but I'm not a big drinker. Okay, so don't internalize it. Talk to somebody. Okay, we're about halfway through it.
Yeah, I mean,
About
just
halfway through it.
listen,
So
everybody's got to do something, and I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I started taking some free acting courses because the acting teachers are now off. I mean, right now is the greatest time to start doing things like free workshops. A lot of people are offering them. I've got one guy's name is Mark Durso. Phenomenal. Look him up every Thursday night, 7 o'clock for 1 hour. He gives
spell that last name.
Durso, Durso. Mark Durso.
Durso.
True Act. Look him up on Facebook. Mark, M-A-R-C. Durso, D-U-R-S-O.
It's a fancy mark.
Find me on Facebook. I'll find you the link. Free courses every Thursday for an hour. Goes over what they call the Hagen process, which is really getting into the character. I mean, for me, that's what I've been doing all this time. I've been taking a look at my acting and I've been trying to improve upon it. It's helped me out.
Yeah, keep working.
Yeah, between that Book of Witches, I'm doing a play reading this Friday night on Zoom. You can find that on my Facebook page. It's a dramatic read. It's a short play, and it has to do with 9/11. It's partially based on reality, real events, and I play the lead character. I mean, everybody's doing something. But if you're sitting at home...
Whiskey and masturbation.
Yeah, I don't drink, and it's been a while. We're seeing other people. So anyways... Thank God hemp's legal in the state of Florida. But yeah, I mean, I've been using that. That's been my personal therapy. I mean, just do something. Occupy your time. Don't be an asshole.
Let me tell you what, I'm really grateful that I have had the opportunity to have to go and schlep around for a little more than 2 weeks here, really hardcore, going out and looking at stuff and looking at stuff and looking at stuff and looking at stuff and dealing with that, because that took up a 2 to 4 hour block in the middle of some very long fucking days. Okay? And I was guilty of being glued to the TV at night.
Oh, God, yeah.
Watching the scoreboard. Around here, we call it the game. Okay, oh, the game's on. I can tell the game is on, right, because in the corner of the screen right here, especially on CNN, you'll have the number of cases worldwide, deaths worldwide. Number of cases in the United States, deaths in the United States. Okay, that's the scoreboard. They always have the scoreboard on. The game is on. Okay,
I'm still trying to get out of that. I mean,
I stay away from it because once again, okay.
Plug in Book of Witches into Amazon Prime, and you'll get the binge on Book of Witches.
Search that a lot. They'll eventually put it on the schedule because they're supposed to.
I mean, that's how they work.
Yeah, well, and I encourage people to tear themselves away from the televised news. Okay, you have one of these. Everybody, you got one of these? Let me see yours. You got one? Right there, always in his fucking hand. Yeah, I got one of these too. Okay, you go to print news.
Why?
Go to print news on this. Why? And it doesn't matter what website, but if you go to a print news or a website and you read the news, you can control how you process that news. Okay? Because if you have it presented to you in this audio-visual medium with all the special effects, with the music, okay, you have it presented to you like that, it engenders, it stimulates a part of you that really shouldn't be stimulated because it affects your reasoning. And once again, I cannot emphasize enough, I don't care what your bend is, okay? You only trust right-wing news sites, then you know what? Take your silly ass over to Breitbart. Take your silly ass over to, was it Politico or is Politico?
OAM or whatever.
Or over to Fox News website. But read it. Don't let them tell you the story. Read it. Interpret it yourself. Because I think you're going to find out that you see things, and if you're a right-winger or a left-winger, you're going to read your own shit. You're going to read your own stuff. You're going to stick with your own tribe. You're going to stick with your own bend. Okay? Not like my crazy ass, so I always look to see what the crazy other people that I don't necessarily agree with, I try to figure out what's going through their head. They got their reasons. They're generally silly to me, but they got their reasons. But process that shit through words. Okay? Process it through words. I'm sitting here encouraging you not to watch television. Don't watch TV. Read it for yourself. Simple as that.
Just don't watch the news.
Yeah, don't watch the news.
Watch
exactly.
TV. Watch Book of Witches.
Yeah. Well, no, though that's subscription TV though. That's streaming.
Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. But,
Yeah, well, it's and I've got that too, and I'm probably before I go to bed, I'm gonna
And
yes.
you can find us on Facebook.
It's a little too bright for the camera.
Yeah, Boca Witches, the series.
Okay, so go
And
to their
Boca
Facebook
Witches
page.
Official on Instagram.
Okay.
Follow Dominic Giannetti over at Studio Space. He's
Dominic.
the writer and director of Boca Witches.
I may need him to sponsor us. We'll do shows from his studio space.
We're going to be expanding our studio space too
Woohoo!
in Boca.
Okay, well then you know what? Why don't you just go ahead and give your social medias, and then let's get out of here because I want to smoke a cigar and drink a beer.
I'm at the Idaho Jew on everything.
Everything.
Everything. You follow me. You can find me. But you can also find me on Facebook under Boca Witches and also over at Boca Witches, the series on Facebook. Follow us there. Also follow us on Instagram over at Boca Witches Official. Follow us also over at YouTube at Boca Witches Official. And then tune in. If you have the Amazon Prime video streaming service, type into the search bar, Boca Witches. We'll be on the schedule really, really soon. Trust me on that one. Trust me.
His social security card has got IDA-HO-JEWW.
Yes.
That's he is Idaho Jew everything.
Yeah.
And me, well, you can pretty much search Gonzo Radio on every platform, and we go right to the top. Whether that's Twitch, whether that's YouTube, whether that's Twitter, and whether that's ye old Facebook. By the way, a great big to Facebook for giving me a 24-hour suspension for another 2-year-old post that was objectionable under the current community standards, and you changed it up, and then you retro suspended me. That's the 3rd time this fucking year, and I'm about over you. I really am. And if you want to suspend my account for talking shit on your live stream, then take another one of these with you too. Useless platform. But don't cut off my Facebook. I have no life. Yeah, no, I have plenty. Thank God I did not go. Just you're so proud of yourself. He made a fucked up face, and I did not. I caught you. You're doing it. Stop that. You're disgusting. It's like an animal. All right. Any parting words? Anything you want to say to the nice people?
Hey, yeah, tune in. Find me on
You already
Facebook.
said that part.
My play. We are doing my play called
play.
Clear Blue Sky this Friday night, the 17th, 7 o'clock.
Via Zoom?
Via Zoom. It'll be on my page. I'll share it with the Gonzo Radio page. Come watch. It's a very dark, dramatic play. So bring a date. Order in.
Okay, and I don't want to try to get too emotional about this, but a club that I really, really liked has fallen victim to the pandemic. They were formerly called the Funky Buddha.
Oh my God, yeah.
And recently, over the last couple of years, they have morphed into the Mad Robot Brewing Company. But that spot,
Under the ownership
whether
of
it was
Corona.
the Funky Buddha or whether it was the Mad Robot, was a great spot for artists of all types, pretty much. Whether it be spoken word, whether it be instrumentalists,
Comedy.
whether it be multiple instrumentalists, well, of course, comedy. I'm getting to the comedy part. Take it easy. And it has been the Boca Raton spot for basically the best comics in South Florida to come through. It is a shame to me. Was a nice spot. Of course, I love IPAs, and I love microbreweries.
But he doesn't drink a lot.
And the people were fantastic. And of course, the scene was always great, whether you had Rob Callert or Richie Leese or even headliners. You get touring headliners that would come through every once in a while and do a show there. Or whether you've got great young comedians that are working their way up, like Jackie Sanchez, or veterans like Mike Cintron, who ran that room. he and Stephanie Wood ran a great open mic on Sunday. I know because I went there and bombed a couple of times. I had a couple of good sets. But he bombed. I had two good sets. And yeah, I'll never forget that the first time I saw Brian Coronado there, and he almost made me fall out of my fucking chair because I was just starting to get up and sit in my chair, and he started to tell his Florida Man story, and I almost pissed myself. He tells the joke about how Florida Man broke the tail off of an iguana and beat his kids. He was arrested for breaking the tail off of an iguana and beating his kids. He said, and that story's fake, but you fucking believed it anyway because you know that all fucked up shit happens in Florida. So it's sad to me that a spot like that has to fall to this problem. It's sad to me. I mean, there's a lot of great spots. Listen, there's been a lot of great spots in Palm Beach County and Dade and Broward. A lot of great spots, and a lot of great spots will pop back up, and a lot of great spots will endure. Okay, but we lost Mad Robot. Mad Robot was a great spot to be, and I'm going to miss it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to miss Alicia the bartender. Oh, so gorgeous. And,
Never been.
And so big shout out to everybody from that whole to the staff, to all the comics that that were there, that bombed on that stage and killed on that stage, and from Chris Rowe, who they had to carry his wheelchair up there and he destroyed every time. And I remember seeing him on that stage. It's a 4-foot high stage, and Chris had to be carried up there, killed, destroyed. Yeah, kind of bumming. So, being a patron of the comedy scene in South Florida and having so many comics here on the network, whether it be on Chat Fight, whether it be Blame Girl now with Terry Wayne, and the Cocktail Hour with Nadeem and David, which, by the way, they are at the Improv this week, all weekend long, tonight and tomorrow night as well, with Dean Napolitano. And I hear that they're getting good houses and they're killing it. Dean's funny as hell. So if you get a chance to go to Improv, you want to go see a nice comedy show, go tomorrow night in Improv West Palm Beach.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of shows coming up.
All those people, yeah, there's a few shows coming out, but
I'm going Thursday. That
scene, especially in the Boca area, has taken a grievous hit. It's a grievous hit. It's a horrible hit, like the bug hitting my forehead. And yeah, the light's shining on it just perfect. I'm going to keep my if I keep my brow furrowed, it closes the hole in my head. Is that disgusting? All right, guys. So yeah, hopefully we'll see somebody else pop up in that spot, because it is a nice spot. It's a nice stage. It's a nice bar. It's a nice area. So hopefully somebody pops up in that spot again. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm Big Daddy Gonzo, and that's the Idaho Jew. And let me fire up the show ender. And let me.
Me and Fred Welker.
Oh, what? Fred Welker? Yes, yes. From our third favorite city in Ohio,
Sandusky.
And this has been the Gonzo Radio Show. We'll see you guys probably in a couple of weeks after I move and get settled in with the brand new backdrop set, because we're going to say goodbye to this one, and we're going to do a little something different probably by the end of the month.
And I get the Geek Fest one, and it's going to go over my bed.
You're a weirdo.
Because no matter what happens in that bed, that's what they're getting.
Say goodnight to the nice people.
Good night to the nice people.
He's such a weirdo. See you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye.
For Gonzo Radio, this is Super Time 6000 2015 for Gonzo Television Station, coming to the greater Sandusky, Ohio area. This is Pirate Bill, and this is Frank Welker saying, watch Transformers.